all our viewers to this morning's puja. We hope and pray that you'll be able to communicate with the Divine even for a few minutes and ask for His blessings. As we all know, COVID is still very, very rampant, especially in China. And although it is said that you should not wear your mask, I would suggest that we continue to wear a mask. And even if we are in a gathering, we should still wear a mask, because no one wants to get COVID, whether it's the Omicron variety or whatever it is. And people say that because we have had shots, you're immune from all these things. You don't know how and when it can strike very badly in any individual. Each individual is different. Yeah. So I'm hoping and praying that we be safe. We should not let our guards down. It doesn't matter what the province or the country says, whatever the health people say. I am telling you today that we should be very careful. In our temple, we will demand that you have the mask still.
Very good.
This will be our rule in our temple. Even if the province says you could go without mask, we are saying you have to have a mask. Because our health is most important to all of us, to our children, to our home. So let us, with that in mind, let us try to communicate with the Divine. Asangoham, 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 punah punah. Satchidanandarupoham, Satchidanandarupoham, ahameva amavyaham,
Ahameva amavyayam.
I would like to be unattached. I'm all consciousness. I would like to be in this situation where I can experience pure bliss, and maybe that may I be a part of that universal consciousness. गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु सूर्य है,
चंद्र गुरु है,
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश,
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
with the tunes of the violin, let us try to leave the external world, go within ourselves, find ourselves, and try to be at peace. Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai,
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है,
Guru hai Pura Prakash,
गुरु है पूर्ण
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai, Guru
सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है,
Guru hai Pura Prakash, Nishthosmi na cha atmavedi, na bhaktiman tva charanarvindam, akincha ananya gati sharanya, prapadamoolam sharanam prapadya.
चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
Can we have some more on the tabla? I don't know who's controlling the sound, but the sound is awful. So if we can get some. Shantakaram Bhujagashayinam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam योगी हृदय ज्ञानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु
सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु
सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु,
सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु
सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु,
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु। गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। बोलिए
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
राधा रमण हरि बोल।
ओ
Raman Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari Nath Narayan Vasudeva Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govind Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Mani Hari Govind
The time of Holi is still here with us. And Pralhad, the word is Pralhad, not Prahalad, Pralhad. Because really the word Pralhad means one who always exists in bliss. And that Lad, Pralhad, that Had is Utkrishti, it means what? One who always exists in bliss. Now, one who always exists in bliss, doesn't matter what the circumstances are, and we know the circumstances that he was placed in, but that never stopped him from being in bliss. Why this is what holy is, the really meaning of this holika, is that unless we be good managers, there's a financial manager, economic manager, business, you got a store, whatever, everything got to be managed, and everything must be managed properly. Is that true? But when you learn to manage yourself, and we should learn to manage ourselves, and when we learn to manage ourselves, does not matter what the circumstances are. If you are a good manager of yourself, you'll always be what? Calm. You'll always be peaceful. It is not the difficulty will not come in our path. Of course it will. Circumstances will make us angry. Of course it will. Circumstances will make us want to destroy everything in the world. Of course. But when everything seems to be going against you, remember, the airplane takes off against the wind. The airplane does not take off with the wind. It lands with the wind, but it takes off against the wind. So when the wind, metaphorically speaking, when the wind is against us, that's the time we must use our airplane and what? Take off. Take off with that speed. We should not just put it on the screen for a minute and take it off. Did you do that? When the airplane takes off against the wind, you took it off? Oh yeah, of course. What's the point of putting it for a minute or a second on the screen? It doesn't mean anything to people. Can we put it on the screen again, sir?
It's there.
Okay, there you are. So when everything seems to be going against you, and let me tell you, this life is such that things will go against us. No matter how you plan, but there's someone else who is planning your real plan. But that does not mean we should not plan. I'm always accused of not planning. For example, they ask me, what is your budget for building this temple? I said, the only budget I know is budget rent a car. That's the only budget I know. I don't budget. We build a temple, whose plan it is, it will make it happen. No plan. Just leave everything. Take off against the wind. And in anyone who has in any undertaking, Pralhad took off against the wind. He was sent by his father to the Gurukul, and he was Brahma, who's talking by the thing there? Can you tell them to keep quiet, please, whoever it is? Yes. So when he sent him to school, he told the teachers to say that nothing about Lord Narayan. Is that true? Nothing about him. But Pralhad was taught by Narad. Where was he taught by Narad? Where was he taught? Which school did Narad teach him in?
In his mother's womb.
In his mother's womb. Since that time, our saints and sages knew the fetus in the mother's womb can learn from this environment and learn from the surroundings, and doesn't matter, especially the third trimester of pregnancy, which means the last 3 months of pregnancy, the baby is the fetus, is most absorbent at that time. Narad taught him everything. You know what Narad taught him? You must be good. Listen to this carefully. You must be good. You must do good. And you must feel good. Got it? Be good. Do good. And feel good. When you're a manager of your own emotions, when you're a manager of your mental situation, you'll always feel good no matter what the circumstances are. So and when your enemy hurt you, or friend hurt you, or child hurt you, or whoever hurt you, you try to return back love to them instead of hating them. How many of us can do that? Not many in this temple, or who is viewing even. But you know who did that? Who showed us that? Anyone could tell me in a living that the world that we are living here today, not history. Who showed that? That no matter how much you're hurt, return hurt with love. Who said that? Who showed that?
Gandhiji.
Who?
Mahatma Gandhi.
No. Mandela. Mandela was in prison. Gandhiji was also like that, but Mandela showed it more. Because what Mandela went through, Gandhiji did not go through. Mandela was locked up in prison for 28 years, breaking stone outside. And he was a lawyer. And when he was released, he was then told to take over the country. And what he did, he forgave Botha and all the people in Africa. This is what a great example. To be good, do good, feel good. क्योंकि हमारा पुराण ने कहा दया धर्म का मूल है नरक मूलय विमान दया धर्म का मूल है नरक मूलय विमान तुलसी दया न छाड़िए जब तक घट में प्राण। दया धर्म का मूल है, नरक मूल अभिमान। तुलसी दया न छाड़िए, जब तक घट में प्राण कबीरा, जब तक घट में प्राण। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई।
दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई।
जो सुख में सुमिरन करे,
दुख काहे को होए कबीरा, दुख काहे को होए।
so when things are good with you, remember the one who is the cause of this happiness in your life. So, dukh mein sumiran sab kare. Wherever we are in difficulty, everybody run to the temple, run to Babaji, bring so much coconut, bring so much mithai. That should be a constant practice in our lives, that we should always try to do good in our life. Not only we must do good, we must be good, and we must feel good. When Pralhad was in his mother's womb, according to Ramcharitmanas, it is beautiful chaupai for Balkad after 25.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Narada jane o Narada jane o naam pratapo. Jag priya Hari Hari Hara priya apo.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Naam japata Rama, naam japata Prabhu ki nasado. Bhagat Shiromani bhaye Pralhado.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama.
Narad jane naam pratapo. Narad knew the power of the name. Rama naam se Rama bara Rama ka. So Narad, he knew the power of the name of Sri Rama, and that is why japa is so important in our way of life. That's japa was not only by, we only do japa. Japa is done by the Muslims, they have their rosary, Christians have their rosary, Buddhists have their rosary, but our japa was done years, centuries ago, thousands of years ago. Many people say, you know what, Hinduism is 5,000 years old. That's not true. Hinduism is hundreds of thousands of years old. Hundreds of thousands. And remember, our Dharma was such, in the beginning, there was no murti. People up there up, they by themselves would communicate with the divine. Because why? Because they were pure, pure-minded. And when you're pure-minded, you can communicate by yourself. Then later on, after things happen, and then we had to have something to concentrate upon. So Hinduism was there from time immemorial. And it teaches us to love, not to hate. Two Jews met up after a long time, after the Holocaust. And one Jewish fellow said to the other Jewish fellow, how are you doing? You remember those days that when you were in a camp? He said, yes, I remember them, but I have forgotten about that now. And I am going ahead. I'm just going ahead with my life. So the one said to the other, what about you? He said, oh, I can never forgive them for what they have done to us. You know what he said? You are still in the Jewish camp. You are still in the jail because resentment is like when you take the poison. Resentment is like you taking the poison and you're hoping that the other man would die. Do good, be good. If there's nothing else you remember today, these few things: do good, be good, feel good. And when you do that, you'll learn how to forgive. And when you learn how to forgive, you'll have freedom. Is it that simple and nice? Yes. But I am not the only one who's telling you this. You have heard this so many times. How many times you have not heard this? But do we remember? Do we change? We do not. We continue this. You know why we continue? Because something called EGO. Edging God out. Got it? Edging God out prevents us from forgiving. When you have ego, you cannot forgive. You cannot. You will say, oh, okay, I forgive you. That is from your lips, not from your heart. But when you forgive, I say you go, I have nothing against you now. That's what Pralhad, when his father tried to kill him in all circumstances, and we know that. I don't have to go through that again to you. In the 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavad Puran, we should go and read of Pralhad Stuti. Oh, when his father was destroyed by Narasimha Bhagwan, Narasimha asked Pralhad, Pralhad, what you want from me? I'll give you 3 boons. Ask me anything what you want. I'll give it to you. What is the first thing he asked for?
Forgiveness of his father. Forgiveness of his father.
Forgive my father. First thing. His father tried to throw him in snakes, fire, for the mountain, everything. Tried to kill him. He said, no, forgive me. And then Narasimha Bhagwan told Pralhad, you must do this mantra. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu.
Jvalantam Sarvato Mukham.
Jvalantam Sarvato Mukham.
Nasimham Vishanam Bhadram.
Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram.
Mrityur Mrityum Namamyaham.
Mrityur Mrityum Namamyaham.
Ugram, the terrible feature of Narasimha Bhagwan. Veeram, powerful. I hope you remember the meaning of it. Because when this mantra, if you would like to be healthy, if you like to get over difficult things, you do it 108 times. I guarantee you, nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go, but you have to have the faith in the mantra. Ugram, the terrible one. Veeram, the one who is powerful. Mahavishnu is who? The Lord Vishnu. Jwalantam, Jwalamukhi, Jwalantam, the fiery one. Sarvato Mukhav, the fiery one everywhere in his face. Narasimham, Lord Narasimham. Vishanam, who causes fear. Bhadram, who is all auspicious. Mrityor, of death. Mrityum, death itself. I offer my obeisance to you. Shankaracharya was about, his head was, I told you this and I want to repeat it again today. Shankaracharya's head was about to be cut off by a dacoit. And Shankaracharya sat down and he was ready. He had meditated, he said, give me some time to meditate, I will sit down and you cut off my head. Because those yogis, no matter how much suffering or wound they have, when they meditate, they go beyond all pains. And while this dacoit was about to cut his head off, one of his disciples was told, he invoked, somehow Narasimha, he was a devotee of Narasimha Bhagwan. Narasimha Bhagwan came into him and he walked even on water and came to where Shankaracharya was. This was written by Shankaracharya himself. This was 780. This was written by he himself, how this disciple of his come and cut the head off. So Narasimha Bhagwan is a very powerful deity. This period is the period that we use to pray to Narasimha Bhagwan. So we do it one more time. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu.
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu.
Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham.
Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham.
Nasimham Vishanam Bhadram.
Nasimham Vishanam Bhadram.
Mrityor Namamyam.
Mrityor Namamyaham.
And remember that when everything goes against you, remember, what remember? The plane takes off against the wind. This is not Ramayana story. These are facts of life. The plane takes off against the wind, against the resistance. In life, there is resistance. We will get resistance. And this Chopai continued when Dhruva, who we know was treated so badly by his mother. Dhruva sagala nijapevu harinavu payavu achala anupamatha. Bolo Shri
Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Sumiri pavana sutta pavana namo sumirana pavana sutta pavana namo apane pasakare rakhe uramo.
Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Sitaram, 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 Sitaram,
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
Sitaram, Sitaram. Let us not chase shadows in our lives. Let us work with what we have. There were two wicked fellows. They got 3 goats. And they put number 1, number 2, number 4. 3 goats. You got it? Put the goats into the school. Break in the school, put the goats in, when the school opened the next day, everybody was smelling all these things and they want to know what's happening. All the droppings they saw, urine. So they look around, they saw 3 goats. And one was with number 1, one was with number 2, one was with number 4. So they got the goats. Now they say they must be a number
3.
So they spent the whole day looking for number 3. No number 3. They sent the school home on holidays. Everybody were happy. Children were happy. No school. Because they were looking for number 3 goat has to be here. There was no number 3 goat. The only number 3 goat was we ourselves. We are the goats because we are chasing things that we can't do anything about. We look at others and we say, we must, let us not chase. Let us use what we have. Use what the Lord has. And with that, we try to do good. We try to have our mirror clean. Tora man darpan kahlaye Tora man. Your mind is the mirror. Your mind is the mirror that reflects both good and bad. The translation is there if you can see it. And the mind watches the flow and reveals to all. Tora mana darpan kahlaye Tora man darpan kahlaye bhale bure sare kadamon ko dekhe aur dikhaye Tora man darpan kahlaye Tora man darpan kahlaye मन ही देवता मन ही ईश्वर मन से बड़ा न कोई
मन ही ईश्वर मन से बड़ा न कोई
मन उजियारा जब जब फैले मन उजियारा
जब जब
जग उजियारा हो इस उजले जल पन में प्राणी इस उजले जल पन के प्राणी धूल न जमने पाए Tora Ram Raja
Ram Raja
Ram Raja की काटे मन सबका है।
सुख की कड़ियाँ दुख के काटे मन सबका आधार।
मन से कोई बात छुपे ना, मन से कोई
बात छुपे ना,
मन की नैन हजार। जग से चाहे जग से चाहे पागल कोई, मन से भाग न पाए तोरा।
मन दर्पण कहलाए तोरा, मन दर्पण कहलाए।
बोलिए सब कोई भाव से।
राम राजा
So, what I've told you this morning is that we must try not to harbor resentment. I see this every single day. In this temple, outside this temple. Outside, not outside the temple means people who do come to temple. How much resentment they have to one another. Look at what's happening because of resentment today. Putin decides that he must destroy men, women, children. What beautiful buildings Ukraine had. Do you know what? Beautiful architecture, all destroyed. Why? Because one man feels, those architecture will never come back again. One man feels he must rule against this whole world. And this is what when we harbor resentment. What I'm telling you this morning might not be flowery, but it is a fact of life. The more resentment we have, the less happy we will be in this life. Try not to resent people or anything. People, plants, being, whatever the case may be. Let that, and what I said this morning about just now, your mind is you. Your mind makes you happy. Your mind makes you sad. And an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Sukh ke sab saathi, dukh mein na koi.
सुख के सब साथी, दुख में न कोई।
Mere Ram, tera naam, ek sacha duja na koi.
सुख के सब साथी, दुख में न कोई।
Everyone is a friend in happy times. No one is there in sad moments. Only my Lord. Sukh ke sab saathi, dukh mein na koi.
सुख के सब साथी, दुख में न कोई।
Mere Ram, की कतरी दो
सुख के सब साथी दुख में न
ना कुछ तेरा ना कुछ मेरा
ना कुछ तेरा ना कुछ मेरा
ये जग जोगी वाला तेरा
ये जग जोगी वाला फेरा
राजा हो या रंग सभी का
राजा हो
या रंग सभी का अंत एक से हो
सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
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 हरे राम Pralhad was Shila Sampanna. Shila Sampanna means one who has good character. Take my money, take my assets, take my valuables, but do not take my character away from me. This is a motto of every Hindu. Should be the motto of every Hindu. Take everything for you. Pralhad said to his father, you can do me anything, but you cannot shake me from my devotion to Lord Hari. Throw me wherever you want. Shil Sampanna. And Pralhad also means one who is Satyam. Satyam, truth. Satyam Shivam. Always true. Besides that, Pralhad not only, just like how we, all of us, we love ourselves. Is that true? I like my hair to be nice. I mean, I don't have any. I like my hair to be nice. I like my nose to be straight. Is that true? If it's not straight, you put some kind of what? Jelly?
Gel.
On your nose? On your hair? Oh. You want your nose to be straight. You want no, what's it called this thing in your face? Wrinkles. Wrinkles is good. Wrinkles tell you that there's so much character in a face that has wrinkles. When an old fella got his wrinkles with Botox, and you know they have Botox. You look at the television, all those old characters, all Botox, no wrinkles. Wrinkles has its character. Pralhad says, Satyam. We must be, and love just like how you love yourself. Pralhad said, love others the same. We can't do that, can we? Huh. I will talk about you all. You all are great. You all are the best. So you all don't hate me. You all are the best. Besides you all here, I don't know who love themselves and love others as much as they love themselves. Pralhad was like that. You want to know what holy is? This is what holy is. When Hiranyaks tried to kill him, tried to accost him, he preserved his samatvam. Chidananda Rupa Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham.
That is why I went to see a film last week, the Kashmiri Files. In Kashmir, Shiva was worshipped in a Vedantic way, Shivoham. In South, he was worshipped as Namah Shivaya. But in Kashmir, with Jagat Guru Sankaracharya, anyone ever been to that temple in Kashmir, Sankaracharya's temple in Kashmir? Is it just outside of Srinagar a little bit? Sankaracharya established a temple there. And there is that beautiful stotra, Shivoham, Shivoham. When you do that stotra, it gives you that peace, especially if you get involved with it. If you get involved with it, it gives you that peace of mind. And that Shivoham is what the Kashmiri Shaivite Brahmins observe Lord Shiva as the Vedantic Shivoham. So, Pralhad said, love all, be truthful to all, be kind to all, have your good character with you, and show no arrogance. Difficult. Show no arrogance. All of us have a little arrogance. Some of us, a lot of arrogance. Some of us, too much of arrogance. But every single one of us have arrogance. But if you can temper it down with meditation, with japam, we'll be able to get away from it. And then, when we do all this, we must have balanced living and balanced giving. Life is about living life in a balance. There's one more thing I want. I think I gave you all too many things that I want to do. Be good. I told you about that. There's one thing I would like to tell you. Since we have a young Pandit here with us, there's something called what if. Can you show it on the screen or I don't have to do it? Okay. What if? You know this word, what if? What if I had invested 10 years ago in Richmond Hill? Prashasa? If I had, what if? You know when we came here first? This temple was a house. Next door to the house was a property. Next door. It was for $63,000. My sister-in-law told my brother to buy it. Who will come to Richmond Hill? There was only one road going and one road coming. There were only two roads on that big highway there. 2 roads. That was 40-something years ago. What if? This what if is what holds us back in life. What if I had done with the advice I gave to that person who has done so well? He's a big factory owner. Look at Prabhat. What if Prabhat had done so? You know, where would he have been? You think he would have been sitting here showing us slides? So the word what if is something we must try to take home. And remember, no more what ifs. If you want to do something, you do it. Because if you don't do it, you may fail. Nothing is wrong with failure. You remember what Edison, the chap who made the light bulb? You know what? You know how many times he tried? 1,001 times. So the fellow says, how come you try so much? 1,000 mistakes you made? He said, no. I learn from every mistake that I have made. In life, we will make mistakes, but let us learn from our mistakes. We'll have 1 or 2 bhajans now, and then we will have. this young Pandit here, he has got entrance into Harvard to do religious studies, right? So let us give a big round of applause. We'll hear a bhajan from him afterwards.
जयकारा शेरावाली दा
बोल सांचे दरबार की
करो मेरा बेड़ा भवानी, पार करो मेरा बेड़ा माँ,
पार करो मेरा बेड़ा भवानी, पार करो मेरा बेड़ा।
छाया घोर अंधेरा भवानी, पार करो मेरा बेड़ा माँ,
अंधेरा भवानी, पार करो मेरा बेड़ा।
गहरी नदिया नाव पुरानी,
गहरी नदिया नाव पुरानी,
दया करो मात भवानी,
दया करो माज भवानी।
जयकारा शिरमरिदा बोल सांचे दरबार की
We'll hear from Pandit Rajiv.
Pandit Rajiv.
सशङ्खचक्रं सकिरीटकुण्डलं सपीतवस्त्रं सरुसेरुहेक्षणं सहारवक्षस्थलकौस्तुभं श्रियं नमामि विष्णु शिरसा चतुर्भुजम् नारायण करुणामय शरणं जय लक्ष्मीपति विष्णु शरणं
नारायण करुणामय शरणं जय लक्ष्मीपति विष्णु शरणं
नारायण करुणामय शरणं जय लक्ष्मीपति विष्णु शरणं विपत्ति हमारी तुमने तारी विपत्ति हमारी तुमने तारी शोक मिटाए भव भय हारे शोक मिटाए भव भय हारे परम पिता परमेश्वर शरणं 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 नारायण करुणामय शरणं जय लक्ष्मीपति विष्णु शरणं नारायण करुणामय शरणं जय लक्ष्मीपति विष्णु शरणं नारायण करुणामय शरणं जय लक्ष्मीपति विष्णु शरणं
Very good, very good. Today I would like to, I will talk a little bit about thyroid disease. I'll continue next week. But there's a subject I want to, before I talk about thyroid disease, I want to talk about a drug called Metformin. Metformin is a drug that most diabetics take. Those who can't adhere to the rigorous discipline of not eating carbohydrates and have to take some kind of drugs, then Metformin is a drug that they take. What I would like to say about Metformin today is not only diabetics take Metformin. And please, I would like you all to understand it. If you don't believe me, Google it. Google it. If you, and see for and you should Google it. Google it and see for yourself. Professor Sinclair from Harvard University talking about longevity, anti-cancer treatment, etc. He used Metformin every day. So Metformin is, I don't want to go through the AMPK and get you all confused, just to let you know and understand. It causes a specific reaction in the liver. See, that's the liver there. See that red structure? That's the liver. And what the metformin does, it lowers the rate of diabetes, of course, because metformin acts in the in the bowels. Then. In the bowels, it acts there. That's where it acts with the glucose. But it also, because of the biochemical factor, it lowers the rate of cancer in people. metformin. It increases longevity, lower the rate of cancer, lower the rate of heart disease because it decreases insulin resistance, and more than anything else, it lowers, it's a long, long word there, neurodegenerative disease, but for our understanding, it prevents or stops Alzheimer's from happening. I told you all, there's type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and there's type 3 diabetes. Type 3 diabetes is Alzheimer's. The brain uses glucose, but what the brain what is better for the brain than glucose is something called what? I told you all here already. It's called? Huh? Somebody said it. Ketones. Ketone. What ketones does? Ketone goes into the brain and repair the nerve cells. It is and how you get ketone? How you get ketone? More than intermittent. Complete fasting. Stop eating for a day. You see how much ketones you'll build up. Stop eating and you see, and ketones is very, very good for longevity. So ketones, but you know, we are brought up on sugar and carbohydrate and everything sweet, especially during the time of Holi, Diwali, Janmashtami, all these things. All sugar, sugar, sugar. You go to your grandchildren, you take sugar. The parents don't like it, but they tolerate you. Anyhow, so I would like you to mark.
Oh, the battery finished. Yes, this one. Yeah.
I would like to tell you that metformin is something that we should try to use. You can use it once every other day to start with because metformin has its problems. It can cause some gastrointestinal problems like irritation of the stomach, etc. But it's a very good thing. You can start with half a tablet every other day and see how you tolerate it. It's a very good thing. I want to leave that. I just said that. If you don't have diabetes, use metformin. By using metformin alone, it lowers. You can't make it bigger. Can you make it? Can you make it bigger? That part. Oh, aye, good. Can you see that, Toro? It lowers the rate of diabetes, cancer, and heart disease, and neurodegenerative disease like Alzheimer's. So it's very, very important. If there's one message to take away today, is this message. You can use, even if you're not a diabetic, I repeat, even if you are not a diabetic, metformin is good to use. I refer you to Professor Sinclair from Harvard and so many other people who have talked about it. Yes, ma'am? Oh, metformin, yes. Prescription. But most of your doctors would not know about it in any case whatsoever. You know what? I'm going to open a practice here. Why should I give you all free medicine, free advice all the time? I should make some money out of it myself. Anyway, so, right, Chuck? You're a businessman. I'm doing bad business, isn't it? Giving free advice. Rajiv, what do you think? Okay. So, using metformin alone causes. Now, let's talk about thyroid disease. Thyroid. Thyroid is a gland that is situated in your neck. There are two types of thyroid disease you can have, either increased thyroid, which is called hyperthyroidism, which is too much of thyroid hormone, or hypothyroidism, low thyroid hormone. A lot of people have the low part of the thyroid disease. Most people, they go to the doctor, you hear they are on thyroid pills. Next one. When you have a low thyroid hormone level, you can gain weight, but don't blame your weight gain on low thyroid, please. Low thyroid can make you gain weight, but when you are stuffing down all the roti and the rice and the aloo and you're getting fatter and rounder, like an apple, don't say, you know what? Oh, it's my thyroid. What can I do? I can't do anything. It is not your thyroid, it's your plate. But it can be a thyroid too. Low thyroid, common symptom of low thyroid is weight gain. Next one. Feeling cold. Many people on a warm day, you see they have on a sweater. It could be something else, but it can also be a thyroid. So that's a possibility. It's a possibility. Next. More signs that you may have low thyroid levels: weakness and aches in your muscles, hair loss, itchy and dry skin. Now, most of us have these things. I'm not saying it's because of thyroid, but whenever you go to your doctor should check your thyroid level. This is important. And if your thyroid level is okay, then and you get these symptoms, then it's due to something else. Is that clear? Everybody understand that? If you get these symptoms, you go to your doctor, you get your blood checked, and your thyroid is normal, there's something else causing these things. Depression. Hypothyroidism causes a lot of depression. Lots. And hypothyroidism commonly occurs in women. Lots of women suffer from hypothyroidism than hyperthyroidism. Lack of concentration and poor memory. And a menstruating young lady will have heavy or irregular periods. That's a cause of low thyroid level. Any more? That's it? So the thyroid, next week, I want you all to mull on this, what hypothyroidism can cause. Next week I'll talk about management of hypothyroidism. Like there are things called like Hashimoto's disease and that sort of thing. I'll tell you all about that next week. But just concentrate on this time and understand that this is the cause of some of the problems. There are so many people who are on thyroid pills. So many people. I hope they are on thyroid pills for the right reason. And not just be put on thyroid pills. They must be on thyroid pills for the right reason, and they must have regular check. Don't worry the fancy name. There are a lot of fancy names. Just get checked for your thyroid hormone. So I will leave it here, and we will talk about it more next week. Gita Dhyana. Om Pathaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata
Narayana Swayam
Vyasena Gatitan Purana Munira
Madhya Mahabharatam
Advaitavritavarshini Bhagavate
Ashtadashadhyayini
Amba Tvamanusandadami Bhagavat
Gite Bhavarveshini
Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhim
Purana Vindaya Tapandra
Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna
Prashvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa
Tapanna Parijataya
Trotra Vetre Kapanaye
Jnana Muddaya Krishnaya
Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha
Sarvopanishado Gavo
Dukta Gopala Nandana
Partho वत्ससुते भुक्ता
दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनम्
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु
भीष्मद्रोणा तथा जयादता जला
गान्धारनीलोत्पला
शल्याग्राहवते कृपेणवहरे
धैर्येण वीराकुला
अश्वत्थामा विकर्णघोरमकरा
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
ज्योतिर्ना खलु पाण्डवैरनदे
कैवर्तका केशवा
पाराशर्या वचः सरोजममलम्
गीतार्थगन्धोदकम्
नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा
सम्बोधनाबोधितम्
लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः
पीपीयमानमुदा
भूयद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलम्
प्रध्वं श्रियं श्रेयसे
मूकं करोति वाचालम्
पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्
यं ब्रह्मा वदनेन्दरोदमरुता
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्ये स्तवे
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपदशिरैः
गायन्ति यं सामगा
ज्ञानाग्वस्तजगतेन मनसा
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
यस्यान्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणा
देवाय तस्मै नमः
We do Gita Dhyanam so that we can try to follow the path of Dharma. So many of us, we are adharmic to others, or to whatever the case may be, but we want everybody to be dharmic to us. Is that true? You remember when Karna, his chariot wheel was stuck in the mud? Bhagavan Krishna told Arjuna, his back was turned towards Arjuna. I said, Arjun, kill him now. He says, Lord, I can't do that. I'm a Kshatriya. I catch an unarmed man and in his back. And Karna, you know why he was called Karna? Why was he called Karna? Anybody knows? At least you know something right today. He was born from the ear of his mother. And as it's called, Karna means ear, so he's very sharp in hearing. So he heard Krishna telling Arjuna to shoot him. And Karna said to Bhagavan Krishna, you are the pole of Dharma, and you are asking him to do such a dharmic thing? Then Bhagavan reminded him, where was your Dharma when Draupadi was being stripped? You want Dharma to work out for you? Where was your Dharma when Abhimanyu was killed by all of you? You were there. An unarmed man. You want Dharma now? Arjun, kill him now. So, we like truth for ourselves, but we can be a truth to others. We like Dharma for ourselves, but we can be adharmic to others. So, when we are like Pralhad, then we get all these things. And when you are dharmic, truthful, etc., that this shloka which I am going to read now will be beneficial to you. Chapter 8, verse 5. Antakale cha mameva
Antakale cha mameva
Smaram muktva kalevaram Prayati samadbhavam
Yaprayati samadbhavam
Yati nasti atta samshaya
Yati nastir asamshaya
Antakale cha mameva
Antakali chamameva
Smaranam muktva kalevaram
Smaram mukta kalevaram
Yah prayati samadbhavam
Yaprayati samadbhavam
Yati nastyava Yati nasyatta sansaya Yati nasti atta sansaya Yati nasti atra samshaya. Correct? Yati nasti atta samshaya. Yati nasti atta samshaya. Antakale cha mameva smaram muktva kalevaram. Yah prayati samadbhavam Yati nasti atta sansaya. Sansaya means absolutely no doubt. Atra means here. Asti means there is. Antakale chamameva. At the end of life. Is that right? What's quoted shloka in Bhagavad Gita? At the end of life, those who remember me, when they are quitting this body, if you are not on a ventilator, you can't remember. If you are on a ventilator, you can't remember Lord dead, right? Because you are comatose. Hopefully, we pray that when this life leaves our body, we are still in our consciousness. And that has happened. That happens to quite a few people. They know they are going. Their consciousness is still there. They still remember. What do they remember? Who owed me money? Who he was good? And see where you could. That person did me so much wrong. You must not talk to them anymore. That's what you remember. When death comes upon you, at that time you must know, I came alone, and as Alexander the Great did, when he was being carried away, he put his hands outside, let people see that although he had conquered the whole world, yet he goes empty-handed. Nothing goes with you. Na kuch mera, na kuch tera. I don't own anything. I don't carry anything. Na kuch mera, na kuch tera. Ye jagat jogi wala tera. Raja hoya ranka sabhika. Whether you are king or whether you are beggar, Raja hoya
sabhika ant ek sa hoy sukh ke sab saathi dukh mein na
बाहर के तो बात खाके मन के भीतर क्यों न झाके उतल तन पर मान किया और मन की मैलन धूल do this, we come to Mandir, we're at home, we're at work, we're driving. Please remember, reflect upon your inside. I'm not talking about God. Reflect upon it. Who am I? Why am I here? And you know what? Hiranyakasyapu asked Brahma for all these things, that he must not be killed during the day, he must not be killed during the night, he must not be killed inside the house, he must not be killed outside the house, he must not be killed on the ground, he must not be killed in the air. Brahma gave him all these things, but Brahma did not tell him that he will not die. He will die. And we do all these things, and we feel that we'll all, but that is why we tell us, in whatever way we can do something good for, to relieve some of the difficulties, let us do it. Harmachar sir?
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
We are doing the Hanuman Chalisa for some of our devotees who underwent some major surgery recently, and thank God they're doing very well. One of our devotees is still in hospital after a long stay. Today, I think, it'll be 4 weeks since he was operated on. And as far as I know, he's not doing as well as he should be. But I have not been, although I've been trying to contact, I get no answer. We pray and ask. Hopefully he's better. If he's not better, hope Hanuman will help him.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज
निज मन मुकुर सुनार
करुण रघुवर विमल जसु
जो नायक परचार
बुद्धिहीन जन जानिके
सुमिरो पवन कुमार
बल बुद्धि विद्या देखो मोहि
हरु कलेश विकार हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर
जय कपीस तियो लोक उजागर
रामदूत यतुलित बलधामा
अंजलि पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी
कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी
कंचन बरण विराज सुवेशा
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा
हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
शंकर सुवर्ण केसरी नंदन
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन
विद्यावान गुणी अति
राम काज करिबे को आतुर
प्रभु चरण धरि देखो रसिया
राम लखन सीता मन बसिया
स्वरूप धरि शेष दिखावा
विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा
देव रूप धरि असुर संहारे
रामचंद्र जी काज सवारे
लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर शौर लाए
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
रघुपति के लिए बहुत बड़ाए
तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई
सहज मदन करो गावे
अस पे श्रीपति कंठ लगावे
सरकार कमल हारि
कार सुग्रीवहि
राम मिलाए राजपद दीना
तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर में सब जग जाना हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
युग सहस्र योजन पर भानो
दियो ताहि मधुर फल जानो
प्रभु बोलता फल मुख भाए
शरणी लागी के अचरज नाही
निर्गमकाश जगत के देते
सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते
राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे
होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे
सब सुकल है तुम्हारी शरणा
तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना
आपन देश समानो आपै
तीनों लोक हाकते कापे
भूत पिशाच तक नहीं आवे
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
नाशै रोग हरै सब पीरा
जपत निरंतर हनुमत पीरा
संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा
जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा
है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा
राज संत के तुम रखवारे
असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे
अष्ट सिद्धि निधि के दाता
असबर दीन जानकी माता
राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
अन्य काल रघुवर पुर जाए
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई
और देवता
हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करी
संकट कटई जय सब पीरा
जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा
जय 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 हनुमान बचाए
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
जो शतबार पाठ कर कोई
छूते बंदी महासुख होई
जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा
कोई सीधी साखी गौरीशा
तुलसीदास सदा हर तेरा की जय नाथ जय परेरा हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
पवन चरई संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता के भुलई बसौ
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
We go to meditation to the Lord. प्रभु जी
प्रभु जी
दया करो
दया तेरी
तुम बिना लागे सुना,
तुम बिना लागे सुना,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो।
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू,
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू,
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू,
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू।
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
अब तो आकर कह जरूर,
अब तो आकर बाहर धरो।
We do two pranayams, so we do the silence pranayam. Talk to God.
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय,
असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय,
मृत्योर्माय मृतङ्गमय।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति, ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ, स्वर्ग बनावो
शिव स्वर्ग बनावो
जरा के पीड़ मिटावो
अमृत रस बरसावो ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
जीवन को नित महकावो
जीवन को नित महकावो
सब अवगुण को बिसरावो
सब अवगुण को बिसरावो
हर नंदा भगतावो
नारायण को हर्षावो ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापधेतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम rub your hands together put them like this ask that all that energy come within you stay within you guide you protect you etc. Today's Priti Bhoj is sponsored by the temple, so please participate or coach Lakshmi Sabha collaboration, so. Never fly outside, right? Next. Today? It is today. Acha, today. Chalo. Ekadashi will be on Saturday coming, 8 o'clock. Ramayana Yagya, sponsored by Srimati Lachpat Kisur, is her 85th birthday. Her son's birthday and her brother's birthday is the next day, March 24th to March 26th, from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. March 27th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Chaitra Navarat starts on April 1st, which is a Friday, I think it is. Up, Bati, please. So today, Pandit Rajiv is here, and I would like to honor you. Come, sir. Pandit Rajiv has got into Harvard. To come to say, come. You do religious studies. And since nobody brought a shawl for you, I'm going to give you my shawl. Very proud of you. I hope that you do well. I'd keep the flag of Sanatana higher and higher, but it, Vishal Sharma, how many pictures take it? But it Vishal Sharma, who is the son of Pandit Bhoj, has just finished his PhD in Sanskrit from Oxford University, and we are very proud of that. And he's not satisfied with his PhD. He's got to do a postdoctorate at Oxford University, which makes us proud of him. He's at this moment in Pondicherry, learning more about Vedas and Sanskrit, etc. We hope you'll follow that path, and the two of you all will take this religion higher and higher. Today we have with us Senator Asha Seth, who is joining with us to for the Ukraine Children Fund. We have collected nearly $30,000 so far, I asked her to join with us to help us lead this project. आप कुछ 2 मिनट कुछ बोलेंगे? Can you give her a mic, please?
Okay.
Come go in front so they can see.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Careful your wires there.
better?
Yeah, fine.
Do you want me to speak?
You have the mic?
Hello, everyone.
Just for 2 minutes, not too long.
Sorry?
Just for a few minutes about Ukraine. Just for a few minutes about the Ukraine fund.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Yeah, no. About the Ukraine fund, but
Okay.
what is your interest in
Thank you very much, Dr. Dubey, giving me this chance. It's a great, great privilege to be here today, and I'm so honored to be one of the founding member of this renowned Toronto Vishnu Temple. The temple mission is to provide a place for a spiritual, social, and educational development at all phases of one's life, from very early childhood. And today is a great day for me because I stand with Dr. Dubey, who is a great leader, a humanitarian, and a philanthropist who continuously seeks to help and support those who are vulnerable and those who are in need. So I take a great privilege to join him. As we all know, over the past 3 weeks, the people of Ukraine have been through the unthinkable. Their homes have been destroyed, their livelihood lost, families lost. One of the most affected, in fact, areas thing is the hundreds and thousands of children. They are scared, some they are injured, some they lost their families, and many lost their lives. So let us not forget about the thousands of children in orphanage in Ukraine. There are over 600 orphanages where they are homes to anywhere from 700 to 1 million children. So my friends, only a small number of institutions have been able to safely in Poland, Romania, and Maldives. The rest, the majority, are hovering in the basement bomb shelters in places like Kharkiv, Kyiv, Sumaya, Sumy, and it is too far dangerous to flee. Already 100 children have been killed and lost their life. They are running out of water and food. The humanitarian crisis is real, terrifying for these young lives. Many of them will fall victim to the cruel war. So my friend, as being Indian, we all know the horror of loss, of cruelty, hate, and devastation. We cannot allow these children to fall to this fate. We must help them. We must support them. We must protect and save them. So together, as a community, as a leader, as a parents, grandparents, uncles, aunt, brother, sister, we can help. The funds we are raising will help and give the children a fighting chance at a real future. So please, please, don't let them be forgotten. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Asha.
So I just forgot to announce that I have already raised myself I have a Seth Foundation for Health and Human Welfare, where I have already raised, and I'm giving from my foundation 6,000. Total, we are giving already 10,000. We have already raised that, and I think Dr. Dubey will fill you in what he has done, I'm sure. We are somewhere. So let's see what we all can together help this very important cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Asha. What's yours? Thank you, Asha. Asha is the first Hindu lady senator appointed by the government of Canada. So we are very proud of her. And she has announced $6,000 and 10,000, and we have got 30,000, so that's 40. So I'm 10,000 short of my target. I wanted 50,000, so we'll see how it goes. I will meet with Asha immediately after Aarti, and we'll talk together. Arun, welcome. Arun and Asha has been here when we had a very small home. And he supported me when in Roy Thompson Hall, when we had Diwali program. He was there together with so many other people. And he's always here with us. Thank you, Arun. We are hoping, I will discuss with Dr. Asha Seth today, how we are going to send this money, where we're going to send this money. We want to make sure we don't give it, I don't want to give it to any Red Cross or any, these people. I want to make sure it goes to the people themselves. When I go to Poland myself, or not, I want the money to be given to the people. So the children can get the benefit instead of an agency which will take half or zero. So we are going to close now with Sitaram. And remember, the yagna starts on Thursday. And during this yagna, we are going to collect money for our dialysis program. So we're not collecting for the temple. The temple is fine. We are going to collect for a dialysis program. And so carry on. Sitaram.
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram kahiye. Shahi vidhi rati ram, tahi vidhi rahi. Roop mein ho Ram naam, Ram seva haat mein. Juvat ki bande hi pyare, Ram tere saath mein. Vidhi ka vidan jaye, han laab sahi. Shahi vidhi rati ram, tahi vidhi rahi. Kiya abhiman
Shri Radhe Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Sadguru Dev ki Sarjan
विसर्जन तुम्हें विश्व करता, तुम्हें विश्व ज्योति विहो प्राण भरता। तुम्हें काल के काल हो शक्तिधारी, स्वीकारो स्वयं वंदना अब हमारी। दया धर्म की मन में ज्योति जगाओ, मेरे पंथ मेरा प्रभु जगमगाओ। हरो पाप मेरे, भरो भाव भक्ति, मुझे नाथ दो अपनी दिव्य शक्ति।
मुझे मोह माया के सागर से तारो,
मेरे काम और क्रोध को नाथ मारो। अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता, अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता। मेरा कोटि कोटि
हे बंधन विधाता।
मेरा कोटि कोटि हे वंदन
Om Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadev. So, with all our prayers, one of our devotees who had a transplant of his kidney on Friday, I was there. He's doing very well. I just got a note from his daughter. He's doing extremely well, and I'm very pleased about it. So, we like to thank Bhagwan, thank God, because this is the first. Well, heart surgery is not much these days like transplant. Transplant is much more difficult. So we are very happy. Aarti and Pujan for us.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों की संगत, दास जनों की संगत, क्षण दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। नाथ जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का। स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे। कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण रहूं मैं किसकी। स्वामी शरण पड़ो मैं किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, प्रभु बिन और न दूजा। आश करूं मैं किसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी। स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर। तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता। स्वामी तुम पालन करता। मैं मूरख कलिका में, मैं सेव पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ावो श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे बोलो तन मन धन सब है तेरा
स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा
तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए महालक्ष्मी श्री विष्णु भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। एक होगा